And a very good evening to you all, wherever you may be watching from, and welcome to some more Kahok soccer for you here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network. My name is Zach Roseman. Glad that you're here with us today on kind of a gray, cloudy, overcast Tuesday evening here in southwest Illinois. Gotten about an inch of rain today, had some thunderstorms, but the lightning at the very least has passed. Possibility that we could get some more rain here over the course of action, but as of now, radar looks all right. So we're going to try and get a soccer game in here as the Collinsville Kahawks are set to take on the O'Fallon Panthers. Collinsville, they come in with a record of 4 wins, 5 losses, and 1 draw. They are 3-2 in Southwestern Conference play, which puts them in 3rd place at the moment. Coached by Rob Lugie, going up against his alma mater tonight. O'Fallon, they come in at 5-3. They are 4-1 in Southwestern Conference play, and are coached by Chris Kazmerzak, who's been around for a decent number of years now. I believe about 6 or 7 off the top of my head. So, it's this is the second matchup of the year between these two teams. O'Fallon, pardon me, won the first matchup down in O'Fallon earlier this year by a score of 3-2. It was pretty kind of a tale of two halves from what I've heard. I was not at that game. Seems like O'Fallon kind of had the advantage early, and then Collinsville were able to push back, but not enough. I think they were maybe even able to tie it, but a late goal from the Panthers pushed them across for the 3-2 win. And kept at that time O'Fallon's undefeated record in conference going, but they wound up losing to Belleville West, the team that just beat Collinsville for their first conference loss of the year. That was Collinsville's last match. O'Fallon were in action last on also last Thursday, as they were able to very comfortably defeat Alton by a score of 8-0. We'll go ahead and take our first break here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network. Be back here in just a couple minutes for some program history for both teams and any other odds and ends that we find interesting. Be back here in just a bit on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Softwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Are you a collector of sports trading cards and other sports memorabilia? Then you need to check out Rippin' Rookies Cards and Collectibles in Collinsville. Rippin' Rookies specializes in sports cards from all the major sports, MLB, NBA, NFL, plus Star Wars cards and more. Rippin' Rookies buys, sells, and trades cards and other memorabilia, and they have a large selection of single and graded cards. Walk-ins at Rippin' Rookies are welcome, or you can set up an appointment for large collections at sales@rippinrookies.com. Ripon Rookies, 102 East Clay Street in the Old Herald Complex. Open Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Ripon Rookies, Collinsville sports card and memorabilia destination.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Mike and Sarah's Produce in Collinsville is a one-stop destination for seasonal fruits, vegetables, and more. Located at 116 North Bluff Road, Mike and Sarah's Produce features fresh selections of your favorite fruits and veggies, from cherries, peaches, and watermelons to corn, tomatoes, and zucchini. You can find all of your produce needs at Mike and Sarah's. Seasonal favorites such as pumpkins in the fall, summer peaches, spring asparagus, and more. Plus, Mike and Sarah's Produce is a go-to in the spring for flowered plants, hanging baskets, and a large selection of fresh seafood. Mike and Sarah's Produce, 116 North Bluff Road in Collinsville. Stop by today. Looking for something to get your student involved in? Maybe joining the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team is that something. Created in 2017, the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team has joined a long line of area schools in one of the fastest growing and safest sports in the country. Trap shooting is a fun, team-oriented outdoor sport that offers friendship, competition, and teamwork, all in a safe and fun environment that encourages students to be part of a team in which they will learn valuable skills and are encouraged to engage in community involvement through volunteering and mentoring. If Collinsville Trap sounds like something your student would be interested in, call Collinsville Trap at 618-795-9893 or visit Collinsville Kahok Trap on Facebook. 618-795-9893. Looking for a new place to catch the game with a cold drink and some great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahawk games and all of the pro sports across the spectrum, and all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
We welcome you back here to the broadcast booth at Kahawk Stadium. Zach Roseman here with you as we are just a couple minutes away from the start of action here between the Kahawks and the Panthers. A little bit of program history now on O'Fallon. program at O'Fallon was started in 1977. And the first head coach for O'Fallon was Art Vellinger. Who, of course, is a fixture in area sports. He's also the baseball coach at O'Fallon for several years and a longtime supporter of Montclair League, an amateur baseball league here in this area. One of Vellinger's teams won the first regional in O'Fallon history in 1987, and then won their first sectional the following year. Also winning regionals in 89, 95, and 96 before Coach Vellinger left his position after the 1997 season. Their next regional win would come in the 2004 season under Coach Jason Turkington. And he, most notably, was the coach for O'Fallon's first and, as of now, only trip to state in the 2006 season. Crusaders went, or the Panthers, went 17-7-1 that year. Led by Josh Bemeke, went all the way to the state tournament, including a regional a sectional championship win over Collinsville at Granite City, for losing in the quarterfinals to Warrenton Township High School out of Gurnee, Illinois. The last regional title for O'Fallon came in the 2023 season. Two years ago, beating Belleville East in the Belleville West Regional before losing to Collinsville in the sectional semifinal that was played at Triad that year. Collinsville, of course, would go on to the super sectional that year before losing a snowy game to Naperville North. So, we're going to go ahead and take one more break here, as we're just about ready for the introduction of the starting lineups, playing of the national anthem and all that. So we'll be back in just a minute to go through those starting lineups here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121, or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
We welcome you back to Kahok Stadium. Zach Roseman here with you. Just about ready to get started here with some soccer action. Run through the starting lineups for both teams. For O'Fallon, Braden Norris will get the start in goal. He is a sophomore. In front of him, you'll find Adi Patel, Carson Nix, Colby Clannon, Harry Schroeder, Ariel Rose, Ben Hubler-Marty, Andrew Kramer, Carson Rowland, and Luke McWhorter. Panthers will be wearing their all-white kits with navy blue, almost black numbers on the backs of their jerseys, as they'll be just to your right of screen now, huddled up. K-Hawks, their starting lineup, pretty standard. Braden Henson in goal, Mikey Suarez, Jake McIntyre, Tyler Hunnebrinker, Giovanni Mann, Ty Starko, Gage Hensley, TJ Carter, Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza, Dominic Mann, and Enrique Carranza. The referees will get us ready to go here about 13 minutes later than our scheduled 7 o'clock kickoff. JV game was won by O'Fallon by a score of 2-0. Both goals coming in the first half. Collinsville had a couple of chances, especially later in the second half, but actually, that's incorrect. That score was 2-1. Collinsville were able to get one back. I did not catch who got the goal, unfortunately, but score was 2-1. Collinsville will put the ball in play. And we are underway. Ball played back to Starko, and he launches it into the night sky. And it is bouncing around, finds its way onto the feet there of Nix. And worked forward, and will go out of bounds, be a throw in here for O'Fallon. Collinsville, of course, in the home all-purple with lighter purple around the shoulders. Temperature in the mid-70s, very humid. Mentioned that we had about an inch of rain a couple hours ago. Had a couple of players slipping in the JV game. So footing may be a little bit of a question mark here. Field may still be a little bit damp, but drains well enough, being an artificial surface, so be all right. Carter steps through, bounces around into the midfield, and eventually finds his way onto the feet of one of the O'Fallon Panthers. Push through, goes past the foot there of Clannon, and worked forward and eventually out of bounds into the end of the Collinsville bench. It'll be a throw-in for O'Fallon. Be taken out there by Ben Hubler-Marty. Comes in through and played back to him, and vaguely crossed in the middle, goes off of the feet of McIntyre, and out of play. It'll be another throw-in for the Panthers, and they'll leave it for Carson Nix to come and make the throw-in. Looks like he's going to try and get a pretty good throw on here. Fallon have traditionally had somebody who could do this, so... And he gets a hold of that one pretty well. Bounces around off of one player from each team and eventually comes down onto the feet of Hernandez Mendoza, and it bounces off of the feet of McWhorter. And it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville, which will be taken by Hunnebrinker. Tyler's throw comes in, trying to find Giovanni Man, but it is headed away by McWhorter, and so Collinsville will have possession again, just up a bit farther. McWhorter throws it in, bounces off the head of Hernandez Mendoza, comes down to Carranza, and Enrique sends it forward up in the direction of Man. Cleared away by O'Fallon for a moment, but onto the feet of Hunnebrinker. Comes down to Carranza, and that goes off of the feet of Rose. And so it'll be another throw-in for Hunnebrinker from about the same spot as the last one. Does so into the 18-yard box off of a head, and cleared out of the box onto the feet of Rose, but he doesn't get a great touch on it. Hunnebrinker works his way forward, and it's cleared away, but not very far. But O'Fallon will be able to move the ball forward here. Starko applying some pressure as O'Fallon will reset it into the midfield for Schroeder. And that ball is launched forward. O'Fallon still with possession. Played up to the top of the box for Rose. And he is fouled by Carranza. And so that'll be a free kick from not too far outside of the box. Pretty much straight in front here for O'Fallon. A little bit of a scoring chance here, not quite 4 minutes in. Looks like it'll be taken by Schroeder. Kahok will set up the wall. Gonna go with 5, it looks like. Free kick taken by Schroeder, bounces off, and the follow is in for a goal. And we'll see if we can get a number on who that was, and it was number 6. That is Carson Nix with his third goal of the year. And at 4 minutes and 19 seconds in, find ourselves with a 1-0 score in favor of O'Fallon.
O'Fallon Panthers goal scored by number 6, Carson Nix. Time of the goal, 4:19, Nix.
So O'Fallon strike first here, as they did in the game at O'Fallon. Ball is cleared away out of bounds by McIntyre. Be a throw-in taken here quickly, as that was, sure looked like it was over the line there. It was Schrader, but looks like I was wrong. Ball played up here onto the wing. And comes up forward, but Carter will be able to track it down before anybody wearing the white. And eventually it's tapped out by probably Dominic Mann and bounce over the Kahok bench and be grabbed by Clay Smith. Down at field level, taking in the action here. Throw-in comes to Rose. And it is crossed into the middle, or attempted to be, but Henson able to grab that one without any major difficulty. And Henson gets a great kick on that one. Golly, probably 65 yards in the air. Absolutely smoked it. And winds up being Collinsville ball. Way to flip the field. All bounced around. Eventually pushed forward off of an O'Fallon player. And it'll be a throw-in again for Carter, who probably a bit farther forward than that, but go out of play off of Carter. So it'll be a throw-in for O'Fallon from in front of their bench. Throw-in played up the line. And headed down, bounces around. Cleared out by Dominic Mann. And played forward. But O'Fallon are able to recycle it. Here with it is McWhorter. And able to get it up there for Kramer. And he'll play it in there off of the head of... Able to find its way onto the feet of Nick. Saved there by Henson. And cleared away outside of the box. O'Fallon able to maintain possession. Crossed into the middle. But nobody there on the far side. And it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville. So another decent chance there for O'Fallon. But solid save there from Henson. And score will remain 1-0. Heroin comes in off of the head of McWhorter. Comes down onto the feet of Schroeder. And played back to the, and whiffing on it there was Rowland. So foul, but Collinsville not able to apply much pressure. And Rowland will get a much cleaner strike on that one. That bounces off the head. One of the O'Fallon forwards is the Kahoks will make the first sub of the game.
Substitution number 19.
Lamas in for, Diak. 19, not 16. Diak in for Carranza. Throw in from Hunnebrinker. Comes in off of the head of Kramer. And it'll go out of play. Be a blew the whistle. I'm not sure why. Foul throw, I guess. And Henson with another really good strike. Not a whole lot of wind, so it's another one that went a pretty good ways. Played into the middle from Clannon. A little bit of wind maybe helping Henson out. Ball goes out of play off of O'Fallon. Be a throw in here for Carter. Goes out of play again, and again it'll be a throw in for Collinsville, again by Carter, just a bit farther up. Does so. Laid into the middle, popped up into the air by Dominic Mann. And played on to the middle, recycled over here, and eventually finding its way onto the feet of Nix, the goal scorer for O'Fallon. Nice through ball, and as Mendoza unable to win the race with Schroeder. It comes back to Schroeder, and up now for Nix. Nix with a cross that gets deflected, and that will be a corner kick. Yeah. Tried to play it up into the box. And that, I believe it will be Nix who will take the corner kick here for O'Fallon. Ball across into the middle over the top of everything. And it'll go out for technically a very deep throw-in, as Collinsville will make a sub. Carranza in, Hensley and Giovanni man to the bench. And Rangel Cortez.
Substitution number 16, Chris Lamas.
No, now Lamas comes in.
Enrique Carranza.
Ball goes out of play. Be a throw-in. Or O'Fallon taken quickly by Schroeder. Comes on the feet of Schroeder, and stepping in was Collinsville for a moment. Worked out over onto the far wing and crossed into the box. Rose able to get a foot on it, but goes over the top of the goal, so it'll be a goal kick for Henson. So a little bit of wind coming from left to right as you're watching this. It's part of the reason why Henson's been able to get the flight that he has on the goal kicks. That one a bit lower. More out of the wind, doesn't go as far. Coming down onto the feet of Carranza, playing it up only as far as McWhorter. Starko with it, and plays up into the middle and goes out of play. And it'll be a throw-in for O'Fallon from between the benches. Right at midfield. Push forward. Thanks the O'Fallon defenders. And up now, and that did not stay in. Unable to save it there was Kramer. So it'll be a throw in here for Hunnebrinker from a little ways inside halfway. Throw comes in. Trying to find Carranza, but goes off of an O'Fallon player. And again, Collinsville will get the ball back. Moved forward probably about 15 yards or so. Carranza will take it. Trying to come in to him. And popped up into the air by Suarez, but nobody's going to get to that one. So it'll be a goal kick for Braden Norris. All popped up into the air off of the head of McIntyre. Bit of contact, no call. And eventually winds up going out of bounds. Be a throw in here for Carter. Forward off of the head of Carranza, comes down for O'Fallon, and it is launched forward and actually able to keep it in was the O'Fallon player. Starko will just play it back to Henson, who strikes it forward. Find its way onto the feet of Kramer, and eventually now for Schroeder. Schroeder will play it back as far as McWhorter. And up now for Schroeder. And nice slide tackle there from Hunnebrinker. Goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in. By Schroeder. Throw-in comes in. Bounces around. Hernandez Mendoza getting it up to Carranza. And he gets it around the defender, but not in a position where anybody wearing purple can get to it. And it'll eventually go all the way back to Norris. And it's a pretty good strike onto it. Set up to about midfield. Goes down onto the feet of Kramer. And making a hard run there is Patel. And go over the sideline. Be a throw-in for Collinsville. Again, will be taken by Hunnebrinker. Looks like we have some rain beginning to fall here at Kahok Stadium. So that'll make things interesting. Hunnebrinker with the throw-in. It's off of the feet of Carranza and is grabbed by Norris at the near side post. And going quickly, getting it up onto the feet of Rose in front of his bench. Able to get it there now for Hubler Marty. And playing it forward again, R. O'Fallon. Attempted cross into the box. Out of bounds, but it was deflected. That'll be another corner kick here for O'Fallon. .23-22 to go here in our first half of play. Cross comes in. Headed away by one of the Kahok players, and a foul called on somebody from O'Fallon. So it'll be a free kick, which they'll effectively take as a goal kick from Henson right on the football goal line. So, gets it up over midfield. And push forward, comes down to the feet of Hernandez Mendoza. And Carranza, a little bit of a shove there on Kramer. So it'll be a free kick here for O'Fallon, which will be taken by, I thought McWhorter was going to do it, but it looks like they'll go ahead and leave it for Norris. And he'll just play it over to McWhorter. And McWhorter playing it up for Kramer. Able to get a piece of it was Hernandez Mendoza, but O'Fallon able to maintain possession. Comes up as far as Starko off of the head of McIntyre. Then to Patel. And tap forward, and will go out of play, be a throw-in for O'Fallon. Aldo looking to make a sub at the next chance. Schroeder recycling it back to Rowland. And that center back role tonight for the Panthers. And long ball sent forward. Carter gets pulled down by Rose. So that'll be a free kick here for the Kahawks. All launched forward. Bounces around. Played up into the midfield. Starko able to get to it, launch it forward. And it'll roll a ways. Played up by McWhorter, overrunning it just a little bit there. It's the O'Fallon player, but able to work it forward here for Kramer. Nice charge there from Suarez. Finding plenty of room there for Clannon. The co-leading scorer was Schroeder. 4 goals coming into the night. Another shot from Rose goes well high and well wide. Be a goal kick for Henson, as both teams will make some substitutions. Hensley
Collinsville substitutions number 8, Giovanni
and
Mann.
Giovanni
Number
Mann
13,
back in
Dave
for
Hensley.
Collinsville.
Substitution for O'Fallon number 17, Brendan Smith. Number 19, Andre Ado.
Brennan Smith and Andre Ado in for the Panthers. All pushed forward, and Kahoks with a little bit of an opportunity here, getting it up here for Carranza, but not a ton of velocity on the kick into the box, and Norris able to grab that without too much difficulty here, as we're just past halfway here in our first half of play. Played forward. Ado maybe overstepping that one a little bit. McIntyre to Carranza and trying to get it to one of his teammates. But it'll be a throw in here for Collinsville, which will be taken by Hunnebrinker. Throw-in comes in, trying to find Carranza, bounces off of his head. Popped up into the air and comes down onto the feet of O'Fallon. Comes down onto the feet of Rose, trying to get it forward, but off of the head of Hunnebrinker. And comes down for Dominic Mann, and he pops it up and rolls it over to Norris, who will play it over to one of the Fallon players. Now Norris will play it over here onto this side. Playing it up to Ado, gets past both him and McIntyre. Mann and Nix race forward. O'Fallon wind up the beneficiaries of it. Playing it up here for Hubler Marty. And trying to get it up for Clannon, I believe, but it goes out of play. Be a throw-in for Collinsville. Score still 1-0 with the goal just past 4 minutes in. Another throw-in coming up here for Collinsville. As Kahoks will make a sub here, as will O'Fallon. Rose out. Diak and Lamas out.
Number 5, Mikey
And
Suarez.
Suarez
Number 20, Rodrigo
and Hernandez Mendoza come back in.
O'Fallon substitution number 3, Carson Miller.
Carson Miller into the game for the Panthers. Down. Giovanni Mann pops it up into the air. Bounces around. Able to keep it in and off of Hunnebrinker there was the kick there from 13, so Hubler Marty. Thought it was an 8 for a second. I was like, wait a minute, O'Fallon don't have an 18. Cycled around in the middle, onto the feet there of Dew. And launched forward. Trying to get a runner there on the wing. Carter able to get a piece of it. Fallon will maintain possession. Up into the middle for Dew. And crossed into the middle, headed down there by Starko. Stays in the box. And Starko or Dominic Mann does a good job. Carranza leaves it, but nobody there to receive it. Now Enrique will get the ball back. Hopped up into the air. played back to Carter. Up in the middle now for Dominic Mann. Up onto the wing for who that is. Attempted cross for Carranza. Headed down by O'Fallon. And we have a foul called on Collinsville. Be a free kick here for the Panthers. Cycled over to the other side. Played up into the middle. Collinsville able to regain possession for a moment. And McWhorter getting it up to Ado. And a little too far out in front of his teammate, so it'll be a throw in for Collinsville. Carter specifically, and it'll go pretty quickly. Comes into Giovanni Mann. And pushed forward. And ball is crossed and cleared away by Hunnebrinker, but only as far as Patel, I believe. If that was Patel, that's his first goal of the year. 10. It was not Patel, it was Schroeder. That's his 5th. Oh, that'll make it 2-0 O'Fallon. At 35-24.
O'Fallon's second goal of the game scored by number 10, Harry Schroeder. Tying the goal, 25-24.
25-24, right. About 20 minutes after the first one, O'Fallon get their second. Lead is now 2-0. And looking to go quickly here. Shot just goes past the near side post. So it'll be a throw-in, or not a throw-in, a goal kick, sorry, for Henson. Henson with the free kick comes down off of Hensley and goes out of play. Be a throw in here for O'Fallon. Taken here by Hubler Marty. Off of Suarez and then pushed forward by the Panthers and goes out of play. Throw in for Hunnebrinker as each team will make one substitution.
Collinsville substitution number 15, Alon Soto Torres.
Alon Soto Torres in. Hensley to the bench. Nix to the bench for Collinsville, replaced by Emmett Wallace. Hunnebrinker with the throw in. Off O'Fallon, he's got some contact off the ball, no call. As far as maybe exchanging some words with Dew there. That ball cleared away, only as far as Clannon. Comes down on to the feet of Ado. And popped up into the air, headed down by Starko. And it'll go out of play, be a corner kick for O'Fallon once again. Corner comes in over everybody. This way down onto the feet. Attempted cross into the box off of a foot. Goes right to Henson. Henson gets a nice strike on that one. It's forward. Comes down onto the feet of Suarez and getting it up there for Carranza. And we'll have a foul called on Carranza. As Roland fell down. Left quickly there for Schroeder. And played forward and go out of play off of a foul and be a throw in here for Collinsville. Both teams will make some substitutions. Soto, Torres, and McIntyre out. Hensley and
Collinsville substitution number 13, Gage Hensley, and number 19, Brendan Diak.
Diak back in. Was out of play?
Parker Livy.
Parker Livy in for the Panthers. Huntebrinker throw in to Carranza. Popped up into the air, headed down. Norris able to win the race to the ball. And pushed forward. Up into the midfield. Starko does a good job stepping to it. For Dominic Mann and now Carter. Bringing it forward up to Starko and played towards the sideline, but O'Fallon able to get to it before it goes out of play. Starko with it, pushing it forward, and it's headed down. Finds its way to Ado. Doe winning the race with Hensley. Playing it over onto the wing, cross into the middle. Starko pops it up off of the head of Schroeder. And trying to find Ado again. And he keeps it in, but Carter is able to play it to the sideline. And it'll be a throw-in for O'Fallon. And continuing to fall, not a super heavy stream, but definitely a noticeable drizzle. Lots of umbrellas out here in the bleachers. All comes in. Goes out onto the feet. Eventually finds its way to Henson. Henson strikes it forward off the head of a Panther player. Be a throw-in for Collinsville. Huntebrinker with the throw-in. Trying to find Suarez. And that goes out of play and it will be a goal kick. $7:20 to go here. And launched forward by O'Fallon. And tapped up into the air. Headed there by Starko. Comes back to Ado. Carter able to win the battle with him. And top forward trying to get it to Suarez, but winning that race was Smith. And Schroeder will play it over to Ado, who mishandles the ball a little bit. Played back to Andre now. And attempted to play back, but finds the feet of Carranza, who is trying to leave it for one of his teammates. Played forward. And up now as far as Smith. Getting over here now for Wallace. Crossed into the middle. Kicked away there by Starko, I would think. And up there now for McWhorter. Be a throw in here for Hunnebrinker after each team makes a sub. Collins will actually make 2. Carranza and Hensley out as
Substitutions number 3, Derek Ariano.
As Derek Ariano
6, Jake McIntyre.
and McIntyre come back in.
Foul substitution number 2, Landon Schutzenhofer.
Landon Schutzenhofer in for the Panthers. I think that's the first time I've called Ariano's name on the varsity side of things this year. Freshman midfielder getting into the game here. Against a conference opponent, too. Suarez with it. And we'll keep it in, trying to get it up there for Diak, but unsuccessful in doing so. Down onto the feet of Ado. And Giovanni Man with it. And played over. And Hernandez Mendoza able to win that battle, and then he gets taken down by Schroeder. That'll be a free kick from for Collinsville from right at midfield, pretty much. Referee will make sure that it is a little farther back than that. All tapped up into the air off of one head and then another. And for Collinsville, and goes out of play. Be a throw-in for Collinsville. Nice job there by Suarez, forcing the error from Wallace. And now Hunnebrinker will set up the throw. Throw comes in, popped up into the air off of the head of Carter, who has made his way forward. Go out of play, be a throw-in for O'Fallon. We'll go fast. Up here for Miller. And we'll go out of play. Be throw-in for Collinsville. Hunnebrinker lobs it into the box off of one of the Panther players. So it'll be something more in line with the top of the 6-yard box, essentially. We're under 3 to go here. Hunnebrinker throws it in, and it is headed out. Go over the end line. It'll be Collinsville's first corner kick, I believe, of the game. So Mikey Suarez will trot over to take it. Popped up into the air over everybody. And Diak able to win the battle, but O'Fallon get it back and play it forward. Dominic Mann has it dispossessed, and nice job there by McIntyre. Able to play it to the sideline. Chaos will get the rest of their defense back. And it'll be a throw-in for O'Fallon here from forward end of their bench. Under 2 to go here. 2-0 is our score. Goals for O'Fallon from Carson Nix and Harry Schroeder. Ado being up as far as Wallace, but Hunnebrinker able to get to it first. All played in and goes out of play, and it will be Throw in for O'Fallon. So for the longer one, they'll have McWhorter come up and take it here on this side. Order throws it in, bounces around, and popped up not very far. As we are at a minute to go here. Collinsville will look to make a run forward, but not very far. And for Doe, playing it back into the midfield here with 40 seconds to go. And played back up. And Diak defeated there by Dew in that battle for the ball, but it winds up rolling all the way to Henson. Maybe one opportunity left for Collinsville if they go quickly. Henson launches that one forward, finds some empty space. Fallon able to clear it away, bounces over head of Giovanni Man. Comes up here onto the feet of Wallace and tapped forward and played to the sideline, and that will be the end of the first half. So, after 40 minutes, O'Fallon leading 2-0. Let's go ahead and take a couple minutes here for a halftime break, and we'll see if we can find any out-of-town scores from there. And we'll be back here in just a minute on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
All Fluffed Up Grooming Salon in Caseyville is your go-to place to get that pampered treatment for your fur baby. All Fluffed Up offers one-on-one grooming sessions by skilled and professional groomers, focusing on a stress-free and fear-free experience for both pup and pup parent. Owned and operated by former Kahok Jenny Eves, All Fluffed Up in Caseyville offers nail trimming, ear cleanings, bathing, and fur trimming, as well as full cuts. All Fluffed Up Grooming Salon in Caseyville, 16 East Reynolds Street. Call Jenny Eves for an appointment at 618-855-8533. Mobile grooming coming soon. That's All Fluffed Up in Caseyville, 618-855-8533. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see Financial Advisor and Investment Vice President Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Looking for some unique food options, super cold drinks, and a fun atmosphere with an attentive staff? Look no further than Hurricanes Bar and Grill in Collinsville. Owned and operated by former Kahok State soccer champ Tim Johnson, Hurricanes has been one of the area's great meeting places for fun, food, live sports and music, and video gaming. Daily specials like Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, and Fish Fridays. Hurricanes will tackle those hunger pains. Hurricanes is always open during all of Uptown Collinsville's Main Street festivals. Hurricanes is the place to satisfy your hunger and thirst needs. Hurricanes Bar and Grill, 222 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call for carryout orders at 618-345-0846. 618-345-0846. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
We welcome you back to the broadcast booth here at Kahok Stadium. We got a 2-0 score here between O'Fallon and Collinsville here. Panther goals from Carson Nix and Harry Schroeder. A couple other scores from out of the area. Collinsville volleyball were in action over at Fletcher Gym. Todd Duke had the broadcast for that game. And that game was won by Belleville West in 2 sets, 25-15 and 25-18. A couple other scores from you. No, there were a few games that got delayed or postponed due to the rain. Maybe some storms still in the area, but as of right now, still good here. Edwardsville, in a game that was played before the JV game against Belleville West, were able to win a pretty high-scoring game, 4-3. And maybe one of the bigger surprises, big surprise on the night is Highland defeating previously unbeaten Waterloo 2-0. So that's, I don't know. It's been a while since Highland has beaten Waterloo in soccer. Won the Battle of the Bulldogs in that regard, but able to happen that time. So that makes the final ever MVC boys soccer championship a little bit more interesting, as we're going to go ahead and get underway here. Both teams are out and ready. Collinsville will put the ball, or O'Fallon, pardon me, will put the ball into play to start things off. They'll be going with the wind to the south goal right of screen as you're watching. And it'll be Harry Schroeder to get us underway here. And here we go. Ball launched forward, trying to find Patel, and it comes down onto the feet of Ado. Push forward. Ariano actually will start the second half. See him out there. All popped up forward. Hensley applying some pressure for the Kahawks. And played back up into the middle, finds the feet there of Roland. And eventually it'll find its way back to Norris. Pressure being applied there by Hernandez Mendoza. And trapped forward. And goes out of play, be a throw in here for Collinsville, which will be taken by Hunnebrinker. And comes in there as far as Dominic Mann. Able to get around a couple of players. And crossed over and shot up. And McIntyre doesn't get a super clean strike on that one. Playing it up here for Rose. Rose trying to cross it into the middle. Bounces down onto the feet of Schroeder, top of the 6, and eventually cleared away there by McIntyre. So it'll be a throw-in for O'Fallon. As over down here for the throw will be Carson Nix. And he launches it in there off of the head of Carter, bounces up into the air, and eventually TJ able to push it forward as far as Hernandez Mendoza. And he's able to keep the ball for Collinsville. And they'll launch it forward, trying to find Diak. But Norris able to step to that one, clear it away, and it'll roll all the way down to Henson with the benefit of that win now. All popped up into the air, knocked around, applied forward, comes down as far as Schroeder. Push forward. As far as Suarez playing it up for Hernandez Mendoza. And able to put a shot on goal, and it gets past Norris and into the net. So Collinsville are able to get one back. .42-57. Hernandez Mendoza with his third goal of the year. And that gets one back for Collinsville. We'll get the Kahok fans fired up here.
Council Chaos goal scored by number 20, Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza. Time of the goal, 42:57. Hernandez Mendoza.
Back underway here. All popped up into the air. And Carter able to win the battle there with Rose, and then is fouled by Rose. Actually have the heights for O'Fallon on this roster. Rose listed at 5'4", so not a particularly big guy. TJ, don't know exactly how tall he is, but up over 6 foot, I think, so. And bounce forward, gets down past Carter. And trying to push it forward here. And eventually worked back to the defenders. And now over out of the wing, Hensley trying to apply some pressure as that nearly goes over the sideline, but stays in. And clearance off the end line winds up going in. Rose with the attempted handspring celebration. So that didn't take very long at all. That makes it 3-1. Rose with his second goal of the year. After about a minute and a half after Hernandez Mendoza had that one.
Fallon Panthers' third goal of the game scored by number 11, Ariel Rose. Time of the goal, 44:23, Rose.
First, actually kind of interestingly, that is the first goal of the night that has been scored with the wind. Hunnebrinker pops it up. Not very far. And up there from Mann, and trying to get it now to Suarez. And back to Mann. Rose able to get a piece of it. And Carter able to win the battle from him. Back to Suarez, popping it up into the air. Headed down. And popped high up into the air. And Dominic Mann will just let it go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Collinsville, which will be taken by Carter. It up into the air off the head of Ariano. As it was off one of the Kahok players. And Dew will leave the throw in for Hubler Marty, it looks like. Comes in short to Patel, back to Hubler Marty. Defended there by Suarez, over now for Clannon. And laid up into the far side and up into the 18-yard box now. Onto the feet of Dew. Able to keep it in. Hensley with solid challenge, and eventually it's cleared away. And pushed forward, popped up by Starko, I believe. And Suarez will head it down. Applying some pressure on Clannon. Worked up here for Rose. And he'll get it to Schroeder, who is onside. Cross into the middle. And nice defense there from Collinsville. As Starko will leave it, get it up there for Suarez. And Suarez will launch the ball downfield. Trying to find Hernandez Mendoza. And able to keep it in. Applying some pressure, but it will go off of Hernandez Mendoza and over the end line. Will be a goal kick for Norris. we have a clock stoppage for some reason. Head up in the middle. Nice turn there from Schroeder, playing it up. And that'll go over the sideline off of the foot of Nix. And now the Canucks making their substitution.
Number 8, Giovanni Mann.
Giovanni Mann in for Hensley, I believe. Throw in from Hunnebrinker. Comes all the way down for Hernandez Mendoza, and now played back to Norris. Suarez trying to apply some pressure, comes up as far as Ben Hubler-Marty. Popped up into the air and just headed to Henson. A little bit of a dangerous play there from McIntyre, but it winds up going well enough. And Henson, even going into the wind, still gets a pretty good strike onto it. And headed back. And Henson able to pick that one up. And underneath that one a little bit more did Henson. Off of the head of McIntyre. Hunnebrinker in it. Pops up into the air. Be off of O'Fallon. Be a throw-in for Collinsville. Hunnebrinker heads it. And goes back to O'Fallon. Rolls all the way to McIntyre. He launches it forward. Suarez applying some pressure and a foul there. And just playing it short for Clannon. Laid up in the middle off of Patel. Then tapped forward. And over the end line. That was that one, so it'll be a goal kick for Henson. All launched forward. Man pushing it forward. Finds Hernandez Mendoza. Rodrigo with a shot. Save. Rebound cleared away. And over the net was the long attempt there from Diak. Took that shot. All launched forward off the feet of Starko. Up into the midfield for Patel. And nice run on. Carter does a good job stepping to it. Shot and a goal for that do. Yes. That'll make it 4-1 Panthers. Ian Dew with his second goal of the year. And that'll make it 4-1 Panthers.
O'Fallon Panthers' fourth goal of the game scored by number 9, Ian Dew. Time to goal 51-24, due.
All played over the sideline. It'll be a throw in for Collinsville as we have a whistle for something. All right. So Hunnelbrinker will come over and set up the throw in as referee having a conversation with Suarez. No card issued, so maybe just a warning of some kind. Hunnelbrinker launches that one, bounces around, and Norris eventually will throw it out. Actually gets a pretty good distance on it, up as far as Hubler Marty. Ball now launched forward off of the head of Carranza, finding its way onto the feet of Giovanni Man. Roll up onto the ground for Ariano. This is possessed there by Patel. And just played back to Norris. Man trying to apply some pressure. Giovanni specifically. Working it forward up to Hubler Marty again. And popped up into the air trying to find Rose. Eventually comes onto the feet of Rose. And launched forward. And shot deflected out there. And it goes out of play. It'll be a throw in here for Collinsville. Comes in, popped up into the air. Ariano getting it to Dominic Mann, up now to Starco. Beats his man, ball played up into the middle, and Hernandez Mendoza as Norris manages to save it while staying in the 18-yard box. Contact there, advantage is called. Up for due. And recycled over onto the other side. And up to Schroeder. All launched forward. Ahead. And rolled back as far as Henson. All launched forward. Down. Played up into the middle, trying to find Rose. And Henson will scoop that one up. .25 minutes to go here. 4-1 O'Fallon. All rolls up to Rose and sent over the fence there by Starco. Panthers will make a sub here as Rose will head out. A little bit of a hand from the O'Fallon faithful as Ado.
Found substitution number 19.
Yes, Ado will come in to replace him. Played up for Patel. Cleared away there by Dominic Mann. Goes back as far as McWhorter. Giovanni Mann there as we have a foul called off the ball on Ariano, I think. Be a free kick for O'Fallon. All launched forward and played up here now as far as Hubler Marty surveys things, playing it forward, able to find the feet of Dew. And he still has it. Up into the middle for Ado. And his shot splits the football uprights. Be a
Substitution number 13, Gage Hensley.
goal kick for Henson as Hensley comes in for Hernandez Mendoza. Ball played forward. Dominic Mann with it. As Ariano escapes the tackle of Patel. And now we have a foul call against O'Fallon. And looks like Carranza will take the free kick. Enrique pops it up into the air, headed down, knocked around, and eventually Ado will push it forward. And we will have a card issued to Giovanni, man.
Yellow card issue, Collinsville.
So replacing him will be a Diak.
Collinsville substitution number 16, Chris Lamas.
Lamas. 16, not 19. Played forward. Overrunning the ball there was Ado. Carranza get to it, and he'll launch it forward. And Hubler Marty does the smart thing, just lets it go out of bounds. Be a throw-in for the Panthers. All popped up, pushed forward. Eventually finds its way onto the feet of Ado. Ado attempted to cross in the box, and Hensley will play it to the sideline. Be another throw-in for the Panthers here with 21:25 to go. And it'll be Nix to take the throw-in for Earl Fallon. Backs up good long ways. Goes with more of a line drive approach. Winds up going back to Nix. He'll cross it in. Off of Hensley. Carter steps to it. Still in the box, and a shot deflected and saved. Ado with the shot, and saved there by Henson. And he will launch it forward. Left for Suarez, and then pushed up. And Ado loses the battle of Carter, but it goes out of bounds, so it'll be advantage O'Fallon anyway. One sub in for both teams.
Collinsville substitution number 20, Rodrigo
Hernandez Mendoza in for Lamas.
Substitution number 17, Brennan Smith.
Smith in for Kramer. And it will be Smith who will take the throw in. Gets it up onto the feet of Ado. Hensley whiffs on it. Pushed forward. Pushed by Patel. And over here now, Fallon being patient. They can afford to be up 3 goals. Under 20 to go here. Patel, and goes out of play. Be a throw in here. Which again will be taken by Smith. Panthers will make a sub. Patel out. Schutzenhofer back in. Back underway here. Thrown from Smith. Head there of Nix. Bounces down to Carter. And now to Schroeder. Ariano in pursuit. Gets it over onto the far side for Ado. And his kind of pretty good strike on it, but right at Henson. Braden makes the save without too much difficulty. And he will get his back underway here. Comes down off the foot of Hensley. Winds up rolling to Ado. Hunnebrinker applying some pressure and able to win the ball. Push it forward. Goes off the head of Ariano. And played up into the middle for Hensley. He'll work it forward. And played back, and a shot from Ariano right at Norris. Was able to make the save on that one without too much difficulty. Ado with it. Getting up and just past Smith. Had plenty of room if he was able to get control of the ball, but unable to do so. Carter with the throw in. That is, it's a Collinsville throw in, which honestly looked to me like it last went off of a Collinsville player, but referees are closer than I am. Probably have better vision than me too. Ball launched forward off of the head of Dominic Mann. Stays in the air, goes back to Mann. Now onto the feet of Hernandez Mendoza. Up for Ado and launching it forward, but Henson will get to it before anybody wearing white. And I'll just launch forward there, I believe, by Clannon. Be a throw-in for Collinsville. Be taken by Hunnebrinker. Launches it forward. Down. Ado with it. And recycled back to Roland. Nix had it for a moment and comes back down now. Eventually onto the feet of Schutzenhofer. There for Schroeder. Defended well there by Diak. And Diak able to clear the ball forward, but only as far as McWhorter. And up onto the other side. And ball launched forward, Carranza with it. He'll clear it to the sideline, be a throw-in for O'Fallon. Collinsville are next in action Thursday night. Makes the trip up Route 157 to take on Edwardsville. Look to see if they can complete the season sweep of the Tigers. Edwardsville just picked up a pretty nice win over Belleville West, as we have a foul called against Collinsville. O'Fallon are next in action. Also on Thursday, as they host Belleville East for a Friday afternoon game at Althoff. Should be a pretty intriguing one. Free kick from Ado goes wide of everything. Will be a free kick for Henson, as O'Fallon will make a substitution here. Into the game is
Final substitution number 8, Parker Livy.
Parker Livy back in. Henson with the line drive goal kick. And Starko able to keep it in. Hunnebrinker with a sliding effort. Gets it up into the air, pushes it forward. Nice job there. And playing it forward, but it's offside, or would have been. I'll blow the whistle for it anyway, suppose. And then we'll have a clock stoppage. Oh, it's one of the O'Fallon players heads off. I'm guessing blood rule. Doesn't appear to be too badly injured, but had to come out for some reason, did McWhorter. And Kranza will launch it forward.
Final substitution number 13, Ben Hubler-Marty.
As Hubler-Marty will re-enter the game. Throwing will come from Hunnebrinker. Canucks looking to maybe see if they can get at least one goal back. The forward gets over Carter, stays in the box, and goes out of bounds off of O'Fallon, so it'll be a corner kick for Collinsville. Taken by Suarez. And popped up into the box off of a head. Fallon will strike it forward, able to find a fair amount of empty space. Was out of play. It'll be a Collinsville throw-in. Dew thought he had gotten it off of Carter, but it'll be a throw-in for TJ. Pops up in the air, and we have a handball called against O'Fallon, so it'll be a free kick for Collinsville. My next broadcast will also be on Thursday, as I'll have some volleyball for you over at Fletcher Gym as the Kahawks take on Alton. Second matchup of the year as they played the Redbirds at the Alton tournament and lost in 3 sets. Ball popped up into the air, and it'll be a goal. I have a card issued to the... To who? To Starko for... I don't really know why, so... So no goal, I guess. Okay, so the goal counts. Was it Starko? So it's a goal for Collinsville by kind of the weirdest one there, as we have a foul called against Dew. That will... He's grabbed the jersey. All popped up into the middle, bounces around, and Norris able to save it off the goal line. As we have a Fallon or Kahok player down. So he'll be attended to. We'll go ahead and take a break here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza appears to be the player down for Collinsville as he slowly makes his way off the field. Obviously, all the best of that. We hope it's not anything too severe, as it'll be a throw-in here. The goal did count. We're consensus up in the press box is that we will give it to Ty Starko. Should be his second of the year. So with 11:03, we're ready to get underway here. As soon as the referee tells us we're good. As we'll say, hold on a minute. And give a general talking to everybody and just say, knock it off. Hunnebrinker with the throw-in off the head of Carter, but that goes on top of the net. And so it'll be a goal kick for Norris. Fallon push it forward, comes down onto the feet of Hunnebrinker. Doe with some nice moves and tries to play it across the field, but unsuccessful. Ball comes to Carter. And the referee will say back up a bit, TJ. Popped up in the air by Hensley, pushed forward by Diak, but nobody there wearing purple. Be launched forward as far as Carranza. He gets a head onto it. Gets it over to Hunnebrinker, and he pushes it forward. And ball goes past Carranza, but Henson there to launch it forward. Looks like rain has ceased, but looks like we're probably going to be getting some more here. Ball makes its way forward along the sideline in front of the Collinsville bench. He's able to maintain possession. Played back to Enrique, and he'll just pop it up into the air. Actually gets a pretty good strike onto it, but rolled forward and saved by Norris. Braden, but Braden with a Y. So not the same way that Braden Henson spells it. All pushed forward. Stays in. Nice job there from Clannon. And the run on and the shot and the goal by, that was Dew again, so that's his second. At 70-59. And that'll make it So, due with his second of the game. Gives him 3 now on the year. That'll make it 5-2 O'Fallon.
O'Fallon's 5th goal of the game, scored by number 9, Ian Dew. Time of the goal, 70:59. Dew is second of the game.
Ball launched forward. And Henson will run out, scoop that one up. 8.5 to go here. We approach the 9 o'clock hour. Pretty late here, which will happen sometimes with these 7:15 starts. Well, goes out of play. Substitution for Collinsville as... Not sure who that is, actually. Giovanni man back in, looks like. Forward played back as far as Dominic man. And cross into the box, trying to get it to Carter, but TJ slips. Remember, damp turf. Damp turf gets pretty slippery. And Rose does a smart job just letting it go. It'll be a throw-in for O'Fallon. Specifically taken by Hubler Marty, and he'll just go short to Schroeder. The ball is kept in by Suarez as eventually it rolls all the way back to Norris. He'll go cross field. Nice job there by one of the Kahok players and pushed forward. He does a good job getting out of the way. Gets it up to Dominic Mann. He gets fouled by Schroeder. Despite the protestations of the Fallon fans, that looks like a pretty clear foul to me. Well, now it's some bias as nice angle from Suarez, just a little too high. So that'll keep us at our 5-2 margin. Looks like the rain's beginning to fall again with 6.5 to go here. All popped up into the air off of the head of Giovanni man. Forward. Hunnebrinker able to get a foot onto it. Popped up into the air, trying to find Giovanni with it. Played forward along the sideline, stays in. Now Allen with some numbers here, as that is offsides. Free kick taken here by Carranza. Tell Enrique to back up just a little bit. Launches it forward. Comes down for Carter and eventually finds its way onto the feet of Suarez and then off of Hubler Marty. Be a throw in here for Hunnebrinker. We approach 5 minutes to go here. Launches it up into the air, headed down. And not a very clean strike on it. Winds up going out of play, and so it'll be another throw-in for Hunnebrinker. Yaks with another opportunity, see if they can get their third here. Throw comes in. Bounces down. Ooh, near opportunity there. As with some space there at the back post was one of the Kahok players. Starko, maybe? But goes wide, so it'll be a goal kick for O'Fallon. We'll make a few substitutions Winning team in the
Substitution number 1, Troy Prescott. Number 12, Emmett Wallace. Number 23, Baylor Herbert.
winning team makes a substitution in the last 5 minutes. That is a stoppage of the clock. All pushed forward. Ado with it. One from Carranza. Ball pushed forward, trying to find Ariano. Gets past him, but we have a foul called on the Panthers. And so it'll be a free kick for Enrique. As the fans start to make their way towards the exit here. Less than 4 minutes to go. Off of Ariano. Pushed up into the middle. Went forward. Push in the back, called. And it'll be a free kick for Collinsville. I think they'll just let Henson take it. From the 5-yard line, and he'll just play it short to Carranza. Enrique launches it forward. Down onto the feet of Suarez. And cleared away. There'll be a throw in here for Hunnebrinker with under 3 to go now. Long throw in from Hunnebrinker, headed down by O'Fallon. And able to win the race before Suarez can get a strike onto it. Popped up into the air. Carranza with a bit of a clash there. Might have been a handball on Enrique, but referees content to let them play on. Carter making his way forward and goes off of an O'Fallon player. Comes down onto the feet of Wallace. And just launch forward up into the air. Trying to find feet there of Baylor Herbert. And headed down by Herbert. That's a bit of a shot there and a long range shot from Ado. And that'll make it 6-2. And also quite possibly draw a card. Or not. Stand corrected. So at 77:58, Andre Ado gets his second goal of the year. And that'll make it 6-2 Panthers.
O'Fallon's 6th goal of the game, scored by number 19, Andre Ado. Time of the goal, 77:58. Ado.
All pushed forward, popped up into the air as the rain starts coming down about as hard as it has all night. And Norris will come all the way out. Throwing comes to Ariano. And pushed forward by O'Fallon. As Henson will just play it to the sideline. As we are now at a minute to go.
1 minute remaining in the second half, 1 minute.
Ariano with it, plays it back to Carranza. Trying to get it to Dominic Mann. All launch forward. Be scooped up by Henson with 40 seconds to go. They'll launch it into the air. Starko with some nice moves, able to keep it in. Trying to find Suarez, but it's a little too far from ideal, but Mikey able to keep it in. Gets around his man. Laying up to the top of the box, and a shot and a save. And a foul in the box. And that will end the game. Final score 6-2. I'll go ahead and wrap things up. Big thank you to everyone for watching. Again, my next broadcast will be Thursday with some volleyball against Alton. Till then, everybody have a fantastic rest of your evening.